go, brownies. Here we go. Ooh, ooh. Here we go, YouTube. Here we go. Boo, boo. What's up, JJ? I'm glad you recognized my gang signs the other day. At least someone caught on. Old man. Damn. That's the first. That's literally. You haven't seen me in how long, and then the first thing you say is "old man." Look, check this out. Who, who wants some chocolate extreme blizzard? Oh God, so good. So guys, this shirt. I found this shirt online on Facebook actually. Yeah, Facebook has those ads for like clothing and stuff like that. Um, I found this shirt and I told Lauren about it because actually I wanted to get a I wanted either the shirt and or the hoodie of it. It's sick. It's a badass design and then the one day she's like, "Oh yeah, you might be getting like something in the mail or something." And I went and just I had something sitting in my porch for like days. And I was like, I think that's just like some like I thought it was like some insert that someone had that they put on my door and here like I went and got it yesterday like after I came home from fireworks or no, from buying fireworks and it was a package and I'm like, oh crap, that's a package that was sitting on my door for like days and it was like all rained on and stuff and so I went and got it, opened it, and it was actually one of the shirts. It was a shirt version of the design I pointed out to her, and I was like, oh, like that was really nice. And that she ended up getting this for me. But dude, check this thing out. This shirt, look at this. This shirt is badass. Freaking dragon on it, dude. It's sick. Like this is like the coolest. This is like the coolest freaking thing, man. It's from China, of course. There's probably like some. There's probably like some hidden message in this by wearing this shirt or something. Like, Baker, I went to one gas station in Fort Worth and I already saw more white, black, Asian people in my whole school. Wait, what? What? I don't. What is that supposed to mean? I just got done killing a bunch of ants, so there's that. That's been my day so far. No, I was doing more. I was doing more, but I basically just yeah, I had to kill a bunch of ants. There's a bunch of ants under my steps. They're over in the back by the back door. So like actually I was actually getting ready to go through my fireworks thing, and so I was sweeping stuff out of the door. And I saw like this pile of like whatever it was like on the top step like closer to the house, and I'm like, what is that? And I swept it away. As soon as I swept it away, just like all these ants come pouring out of there. I'm not exaggerating. There had to be hundreds of these things, if not potentially in the thousands. Like it was disgusting. And I was like, you know what? I remember I told you guys about the trick to getting rid of like ant homes. Just so I took just this, put some Dawn in there, hot water, mix it up, soap and water basically, and just dump it on them. You dump that shit on them, and they're like, and you just dump it like in the hole, like where the house is, where you think the source is. So I just kept dumping it in there. I had to go out there a couple of times and apply it, and they were still coming, and I was like, fuck. So then I remember I've been meaning to spray this like ortho ant, like the bug protectant crap around the house. So I went and just drenched the shit out of that hole with that stuff, like all around the stairs and everything. And now I've been going out there a couple of times and I haven't seen any more. Like I see one here and there, but not coming out of that hole. So I like soaked it in that hole. I made sure I got it in there. So hopefully it dripped down and like killed the source. Cause there were a lot of ants in there. I mean, they were like all, and then they started trying to climb up to the side of the house and stuff. And I was like, nah, fuck you guys. Like, I just like started spraying them. So anyone who arrived late and didn't see my shirt, dude, check out this shirt. This is like the most badass fucking shirt I feel like you ever see. Like I got I found this on Facebook. Facebook suggested this clothing and Lauren ended up buying this shirt for me from China, man. It's very soft. It's a dragon. Can't you tell? Like it's got scales. I guess I can see why you might think it's a snake too, but no, it's a dragon. But you can get like a hoodie of this thing, and I was like, dude, that is such a sick shirt. And I told her about it. I showed it to her, and then she was like, oh, send me the link because I might want to like get that for myself or just to see like other designs that were on there because we were looking through all these. There's all these different like mythology based um like creatures on shirts and stuff that you can get and they're like really nice. I mean this shirt, this is quality. Like I mean honestly for coming from China, like it's nice. And it's very thin. Like that's what I love about these types of shirts. It's very thin, it's very breathable. See how thin that is? It's like a rayon kind of material or polyester. Not cotton for sure. I hate cotton shirts. Um I'd rather not wear them if I could avoid it. But like polyester and rayon is great. That would have been fun to see. What me killing all the ants? All right. So the reason why I was streaming was because I actually wanted to start. This was actually more sort of for Preston to kind of get Preston a little excited for a couple weeks from now, right? A couple weeks we're a couple weeks away. Less than 2 weeks. Yeah. So I went and got a bunch of fireworks yesterday. Oh, Donovan, wow. Next week. Is it next week? No, it's not next week. It's the week after. No, it's not next. Well, I mean, okay. By next, meaning like not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. Yeah. All right, so I started going through my old fireworks inventory. I want to put this down here so that I know you can't see my face, but I always want to kind of it's the easiest position to show the actual fireworks. So I started going through my old fireworks inventory. Oh shit! You know what? Let me get the first thing that I found because I put it in the living room for some reason. So I don't know if anyone else has gone out and got fireworks this year, but there apparently was a fireworks shortage this year or something. So like, there's like hardly any deals anywhere, and even if they had the deals were trash. They're not like as good as they were, and there's like hardly. At least the place I normally go, they hardly had anything there. And normally around this time, they'd have all these deals like buy one, get one half off, or buy one, get one free. Or, they had some buy one, get two free, but they're really short. Well, no, I was reading an article that said something about like one of the bigger retailers said like, there's said something about a shortage. So I think it has more to do with like COVID and stuff like that. Like, and less to do with the fact that just a lot of people are buying them. I think it's just because they just didn't order that much because probably like money's short, all that kind of stuff. So, the place I normally go to, so I ended up going to, okay, so here's the story. I ended up going to Phantom Fireworks with my brother yesterday. And honestly, their selection sucks ass. I mean, they had the best sale as far as they had 40% off of everything, which was good, but their selection is not really that good. Like they don't have like the mini like artillery things or like actually, you know what? They do have repeaters, but I guess I was thinking it looked like something different. And so like I didn't really associate repeaters to what we shot off last year, but they were repeaters that we shot off last year, and so I guess I didn't really know what I was looking for. But then like they had like the they had 40% off of the shower stuff too, but like I felt like their selection looked pretty like meh. Like I don't know, like I might go back there potentially. But I'm not 100% sure because honestly, look, I went and spent. So yesterday alone, dude, hold on, I'll show you. Yesterday alone, I spent $50 at Phantom, and I went to the other place, Prism. I spent $380 on fireworks. insane, freaking insane. But that's just because there's no deals, man. Like everything's so expensive, and so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna get one of each of these different things. Like I got a bunch of repeaters and stuff. But let's. So from last year, I believe, or the year before, I ended up finding one of these, one of my never-ending fountains. So this is the one that lasts for over 3 minutes, as it says right here. So that's kind of neat. So I'm glad I found that. And then I found one of those. I found one of these sad clown ones. I don't think these ones were that good, but for some reason I had these saved. I don't see any water damage on any of these, so I feel like they'll be fine. I was worried that maybe there was water damage, and that's why we didn't do them last year or something. But no, they're perfectly fine. So that was part of what was left over from the prior year. So then I started going through. Okay, yeah, we'll start with some of the small stuff first. So I started going through other stuff, and then I found like, well, of course I knew I had more of these, but I've got like I've got 2 boxes left of these M100s. I didn't buy any more yesterday, thank God, because I have 2 boxes left, and it's not like you do that many of them. They're just loud, and you use them to scare the shit out of people. It's gonna be a WrestleMania pyro. It might be, dude, because I'm saving the best for. Well, I guess maybe the best for last. And then, of course, I got a bunch of these popper things. I've had those. I didn't realize I have like 5 of these little tank things left. I don't even think we did any of these last year, but the ones with the wheels that like when you light them, they go. They actually like roll or whatever. So I've got like 5 of these things, and then I've got a bunch more of these like the pop-it things. So that was, I'm trying to get this stuff organized. That's why I was just like, you know what? While I'm organizing it, I might as well show what I got. And then I found a bunch of these. I have like a shit ton of these little popper gun things. And then I have a shit ton of these the champagne bottle things. And then I actually ended up buying more champagne bottles because I didn't know if I had any left. And I just wanted some. So I ended up having, look, I got this big ass bag. These are nothing but champagne bottles and gun popper things. Crazy. Then I found I've got a bunch of kind of generic sparklers, some smoke bombs, some other like smoke bombs, smoke colored bombs, balls. And then in there, this one also had a different kind of brand of sparklers. And then it has like one of those big smoke mountain things. So I'm like, hey, I can just light that off, and and then of course like the little Jesus, imagine the Peace Baker's house. Yeah, just don't worry. Then one of those little grenade things. All right, so that's cool. And then I found, so I think I'm gonna do some of these this year, even though I don't really want to, but I might do some. So I found that I have some of these shell launcher things, and I've got like a bunch of I've got like 6 or 7 of these things that you launch out of the chutes. So got that. Then I found, okay, yeah, so then we're going to start getting into some of the other stuff now. Then I think I remember I had a bunch of these from last year, the Wolverine like bottle rockets, the ones that are like, like those little ones. I ended up buying some, so here's some of the new stuff. Wild geese. So apparently these things go up in the air and then I think they're supposed to emit some type of color or something. So I bought like one of those. Actually, because I'm not 100% certain on that one, but these ones are supposed to like glitterous light, so they're supposed to emit some type of light at the top. These are also bottle rockets. These were on sale actually. They were like buy one get 2 free. So I got 3 of those. But I still have a shit ton of those the other bottle rockets. Wolverine ones that I've had for years, seemingly. So then Preston, you're going to remember this. Oh, well here, I'll just show these ones since I have them out. Then everyone remember like the sparklers. So I've got like I bought another pack of this, the Morning Glory ones. They're like the extra large. These are like a foot long sparklers or whatever, 36 inches. So 3 feet? That doesn't seem like 3 feet, but oh, the whole thing's 3 feet, but like basically it's about like a foot and a half of a sparkler. I had some of these. I had some of these fluorescent sparklers, and then there were some of these neon sparklers. These I had these. We just never did any of them. You like 36 inches, don't you? Oh baby, 36 inches of explosive madness in my face. Wait, what? Okay. All right, so you may remember last year, Preston. I don't know. I don't think these are the same one. I don't think these are the same ones, but I got something that was close to it. So if you remember these, remember when we did these? The big bottle rockets, the ones that emit like a lot of color, so like actual fireworks. I got 2 sets of these. So we got 8 of those alone, and then I spent, dude, this thing cost $100. No joke, $111. I don't know why $100 for this. 4, 7, 10, or 14. 4, 7, 11, 14. Big ass fucking stinger. World-class fireworks. So 14-piece set. These things are massive. So red wave and crackle, green wave and crackle, red and green wave, like purple wave and green glitter. Like there's all sorts of different types. So there's smaller ones, and then there's these massive ones. So we're gonna have some fun with these fucking things, man. We're going all out. We're having a true July 4th this year, man. Okay, so then, all right, so we had those. What did JJ say? He said something? I didn't see what he said. It didn't show up for me if he said something. So then I found, you may remember I have a bunch of these little Wolverine packs of firecrackers. I mean, these things are loud as fuck, if you remember correctly. These things are loud. Just even for like those little ass packs. Well, and then I have like a whole box of that. Well, then I found I had these from last year. I think we just saved some. So I had these Baja ones from last year. These are it says 100 seconds. A long strip of firecrackers. So I've got like 3 of these things I found. But then I ended up buying more. So they have ones. This is 300 second ones. So look at this. It wraps. That's how long this thing is. So you obviously unfold it, but like it's wrapped to the. So these things will go on for a little bit. 300 seconds. It's freaking insane. Or 300. Yeah, 300 of them or whatever. But yeah, it's. So I bought 3 of those. Oh, no, 2 of those. And then I was like, you know what? I saw these things and I'm like, what the hell is this thing? I have to have one. I have to try one. And then looks like pussy fire. JJ, fuck you. Then I found this thing. I saw this thing. I'm like, I gotta have one. And then I bought it. So I had it in my car. Then I went around the store and I said, you know what? But if I really like it, I want another one just to have one. I was like, what the hell is a boomstick? This thing, look at this thing. It's about a foot long. A boomstick. So I'm interested to see what the hell this thing does. If it just goes boom, like, oh, God is right. This is like, this might shatter some windows. God. So, yeah, baby, we got 2 of these motherfuckers. So if we're ready, you know what you do is you find someone's house you don't like, you take it, you light it, and you throw it on their front porch. Boom! Give them a fucking heart attack in the middle of the night. All right, so that was that. So that's all of those. So those were new. The bigger strips were new. Now let's start talking about the other new stuff that I got. So They had buy one get two free. These are so if you remember, Preston, remember how we did like there were like smaller ones like this, but these are the ones that launch those things up and they shoot out like little fireworks and stuff, like the mini fireworks. That's what these are. So these ones were buy one get two free. So I ended up getting 3 of these. Then they had they had these smaller ones. These are actually just shower ones. These ones were buy one get two free, so I bought 3 of those. But they're like different kind. They're like different kinds of them. They're smaller. Fantasy fountain. So that was those. So I did get some more like just shower ones. Then, oh, so the one I got with my brother at Phantom. So this is a repeater one. So a smaller repeater one, 16 shots. The Raging Rottweiler. So this is an actual Phantom Fireworks brand fireworks. So I was just like, well, let's see how this works. So that should be interesting. Then at the other place, I got this anti-tank mine. So this is another. I think this is a 16 shot repeater as well. Bigger, I thought I saw an intruder, but it was just your big ass dog. This is another thing, another repeater. So I got 2 repeaters. Stop, Chester. Then I got another 16 shot repeater because I wanted to try different ones. Thunderstorm. So yes, it just says shoots flaming balls. So we'll see what happens with this thing. So it's red and green stars rising to high sky with crackling stars and wonderful crackling tails. So these things are going to be, I just got one. I just started getting one of every type of these repeaters. They said the Mighty Cobra one. They were like, dude, this one is fucking awesome. So 19 shots of crackling comets. That's what this is. So this is another repeater. So again, it's just the one that shoots up and does little explosions or whatever. So that's another one. Yeah, the guys at the desk were like, dude, this one was awesome. Then I got this. Lauren went with me actually to the second place. So my brother didn't go with me to the second place. I just ended up coming home because yesterday was a disaster of a freaking day. Who's going to be lighting them and running away? Me. I'm the guy who's doing all the work. So this one is Twitter glitter. So apparently it says it's a fountain, then a crystanium, then to crystanium with red and green stars. So it was under the repeater section, so I feel like it's supposed to be a shower and then like shoot stuff up, and so it also does like repeater stuff as well. So it says emits showers of sparks, shoots flaming ball and report. So it's basically the same thing. It's like a combination of a shower and then also a repeater. So then Lauren saw this one and she was like, she saw a bigger version of this, and I was like, well, I don't want to get that, but I'll get this smaller one. Pretty in pink. So perform 16-shot loud explosive bursts of neon pink to silver glitter. You might get a firework to the back of my head. I would hope not. So this one, yeah, this might actually be pretty cool. Can you imagine neon pink fireworks? You don't really see that. So that was all the new stuff I bought yesterday at the other place, and then the other thing I got from Phantom. That's we got fucking Tropic Thunder, motherfuckers. Cool shirt. Thank you, Vic. We got Tropic Thunder, baby. This is a 30-shot finale. 30-shot finale, guys. Oh shit. This thing this is like fucking insane. 30-shot finale. So this is the big mofo. I got this in my crate. How much that cost? This thing was like, I don't know if it had the tag. I feel like this was like, it was like $100. It was like $119 or something like that. No, it was like $50. It ended up costing like $50 or something like that. Maybe less. So, Either, oh, you know what? Actually, it may have been that, or it was like buy one get one or some weird shit like that. Like, because they did have like a lot of expensive ones that were like buy one get one for like you spend like $100 and you get another one for free or whatever. So, um, yeah. So that is all the fireworks I have. So, but I feel like I mean, obviously we're not going to do all the M100s and stuff, but I think all the shower stuff and all that, like we're gonna be going for hours, bro. We're gonna be going for hours. Like just try to. We may have to span a couple of days just to get all this stuff off. I don't know. Like it's gonna be fun though. And thank you, Vic, for the shirt. This is from China, dude. My girlfriend got this for me. It is a very nice shirt. It is like polyester or rayon or something like that. So it has got it on the back too. Like the scale. It's pretty sick, dude. You're probably just gonna go watch Disneyland. Go to Disneyland and watch fireworks. Why the hell would you do that? So yeah, so I've got all this stuff laid out on the floor right now, and I'm just trying to get everything organized into my little crate that I have for storing fireworks stuff. So, and then like I said, I got sidetracked because then I saw the ants out there when I swept the stuff out, and then I had to take care of all that, and that was a nightmare. Just like, how many fucking ants, dude? Like, it was insane. So yeah, we're gonna have fun this year, dude. We are definitely gonna have some fun this year. I'll tell you that much. But I'm gonna try to pack all this stuff in here so that I can put the cover on it. So that way I can like keep stuff out of there. Because there's like, hairballs and like, cobwebs and like a couple of dead bugs. It was kind of gross. You probably, yeah. So, yeah. So so yesterday, is Jessica going to be there? Jessica is not going to be there because I don't know who Jessica is, but Lauren will be there. And Mike, actually, I meant to put this in Discord yesterday. So there's this dickhead that cut me off when I was driving to go to the fireworks with my brother. The fireworks was with my brother. Or actually, before I was driving to my mom's house because that's where he was at. He was at my mom's house helping her with something. And so when I went to drive there, this guy cuts me off in this white car. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like throwing my hands out. I'm like so mad. So then I see this guy's license plate, and his license plate says Mike something or another. So he had a vanity plate, and his name was Mike. And I said, you know what? I need to tell Mike about this. And I figured, you know what? This guy's probably white considering where we were at. I ended up passing this guy. This guy was black. And I'm like, dude, is that Mike? No, no, he was like some old guy, some old black guy. But I'm like, dude, like, I was in his blind spot, and he didn't like, he either doesn't have a blind spot mirror or he doesn't do the thing. Like before I go to merge in any lane, people always ask me like, why do you turn your head to the side? It's because like, I feel like no matter how you adjust your mirrors, there's always that blind spot. So unless you have a specific blind spot mirror, like the little round ones that you like put on top of a mirror, there's always a chance that you're not going to see someone. So I always turn to my side to make sure that someone's not sitting there. And usually when I drive, I intentionally don't drive like, if you're driving next to someone, you don't want to drive like here because there's a very good chance they won't even be able to see you. So I normally drive either right next to them or you just stay back so that way if someone does decide to get over, especially if it looks like they're trying to get over, they're not going to hit you. Well, this guy, I was here and the guy just like went over. I'm just like, thank God I saw what he was doing because he would have just hit me. I was just like so irritated by that. I'm like, that fucking Mike, man. Can't get away from him. Oh, and then I took a picture of it. I need to put this in Discord. When I was driving back home with Lauren yesterday, some dude had a license plate, Cleveland, Ohio. I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like, I see a lot of vanity plates in this area. That's probably like the best one I saw. That was pretty cool. I got a picture of it. So that was pretty sick. I enjoyed that. It made me a little bit happier yesterday. You shouldn't let him hit you and then play. You should have let him hit you and then play dead so you could get money. But if I was playing dead, then if I was dead, then how would I get money? Or even if I was playing dead, How am I gonna get money? Hi Akima, how are you? You know, she don't got love for me no more, man. I remember the last time I texted her, I was like, you know, hey, how's everything or whatever. And I was just like, good. It was the first time that like anyone reached out for like a long time, and it was just like, meh. Your money goes to Chester. Oh God. Well, guys, honestly, Chester. I don't know, man. Chester may be dying. I mean, like, well, actually, I don't know. So the blood doesn't say he's dying or anything's tragically wrong with him, but Chester had. I had to take Chester to the vet on Monday. How would you know? You only text me, you don't snap me, so how would you know if I even read your text message? You wouldn't even know. Don't give me that. Don't give me that shit. That's bull because you sent me just back good, and I'm just like, well, that doesn't tell me anything. That's just kind of a like. Here I'm just like responding. It's Bakersoft 1981. It's very easy. That's my snap. Bakersoft 1980. Oh wait, is it? Yeah, I think it is. Bakersoft 1981 or something like that. I mean, if you look for Bakersoft, like you'll see the face and you'll be like, yeah, that's definitely him. Like, like there's almost no doubt. Well, then you're ignoring me. I'm not ignoring you. I was never ignoring you. I was just like, well, if I text you like just an open-ended question, like, hey, how's it going? And you're just like, good. Then it's just like, exactly, JJ. That's my point. How do you respond to just good? That's my point. Is that I kind of gave this open-ended question and I just kind of get back. Oh, good. Like, that's kind of like, okay, I'm just going to say something just to, like, just kind of get him off my ass, like, just to respond back. That's more like a quick, like, okay, yeah, I'm good. Like, and then that's it. I said the kids are good. You asked how they are. I did. I did. I think I asked for about everyone, though, too. Like, it wasn't just about them. I think I know I asked about them for sure, but. Okay, so yes. So Chester, I had to take him to the vet on Monday because Sunday night I saw blood in his vomit. And I haven't seen him like have blood in vomit or his poop, basically. I want to say stool, but for the layman's turns out to say poop. But then when I was cleaning out the litter box today, I saw blood in his poop. So now I'm like worried. So basically what happened was, so I took him to the vet. They did a urine sample. They drew blood. They ended up doing a blood test. They did x-rays. They're like, x-rays look good. And then they did the blood test. They said the blood looks fine. The only thing that we can see is that he seems to have an overactive thyroid. So then they gave me, so he's got thyroid pills. I have to give him every day. I give him one a day. And then it's supposed to go for 3 weeks to see how long, like, so that they can take blood again and then see if it actually helped anything or if they need to increase the dosage or lessen the dosage. So I have to do that for 3 weeks. But now because I saw blood in his stool, I'm just kind of like, dude, like, is there something else wrong? Because the only thing I didn't have them do was they offered up the possibility of doing like an ultrasound to look at his internals. But now I have to ask them, like, well, do you think that will reveal anything more? Because, dude, to just do the blood test and the other stuff I did, that cost like $700, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, that pets are so fucking expensive. Like, especially, well, dogs are too, but like pets are so fucking expensive. Oh, you asked about my now back. Oh no. Well, yes. Text me. Yes, message me on Snap. Okay. Chester is a dude. Yes, Chester. Yeah, exactly. Like, why? What kind of female do you know named Chester, Mike? Um. So yeah. So now I gotta call them tomorrow and just be like, well, do I bring them in again? Like, what do I do at this point? Like, because they're like everything's fine, like other than the thyroid thing. So it's like I don't know if the blood. I guess I didn't put two and two together. If they said like somehow the blood in the vomit or in stool is like an indication of the whole thyroid issue, or if that's something else, because that's not normal. Like I've never seen that from him before, and so that's what's going on with Chester. So I don't like, I try to be hopeful that there's nothing wrong with him, but at the same time, he is very old. His teeth are bad. I mean, he's eating, but like he's just got issues. It's so I didn't like seeing that. I was hopeful that okay, after a few days of giving him his medicine, that he was going to start, starting to fill out because he also lost 2 pounds. Like he only weighed 9 pounds before, now he's at 7. So it's like, well, now we got to get meat back on his body because he's like basically deteriorating. And I said I couldn't tell if he was like eating less. I don't feel like he's eating less, but it's not like you sit there and watch your cat eat because cats just kind of eat whenever. My cats are more like grazers, like they just have food in a bowl and then they just kind of eat whenever they want. So it's not like, they're just like, it's like they only eat when I feed them, kind of thing. It's just kind of like they just eat whenever. Um, yeah, so that's what's going on with Chester, man. So like I'm kind of a little upset by that, but like he also is very old. I mean, he's got to be like 16, 17 at this point or something. So for a cat, I mean, that's old. Like I think the average lifespan of a cat is 15 years. So I mean, honestly, when you think about it, that's a long time. I mean, that's like that could be like half your. Why was I half? That could be like a fourth, a fifth of your natural life. If you're a guy, it would be about a fifth of your natural life. Because average guy lives to be about, I'm saying about a fifth, but the average guy lives to about like 78. So a fifth of your life would be 75, plus a few years. So I mean, it's just like, it's a long time. So that's why it's easy to get attached to cats in my mind because they live so long, and they can live longer, obviously, as Chester has. But yeah, so there's that. Then, like I said, yesterday was a cluster. So another project I got going on too is I borrowed Melinda's staple. She has a stapler gun, like not like an air compressed stapler gun, but just one of the manual ones. This is the big ass stapler, but like a hand one that you squeeze, not like your traditional stapler, one with like half-inch, staples and stuff. So I normally have that. Well, Preston would probably be the only person that would know this because no one else. There's no reason why they would. But like, I have this Ethernet cord that runs from my living room upstairs into my office. And so what I started working on doing is I said, I'm just going to staple this shit down because I'm tired of dealing with it. It just hangs out. It looks stupid. And so yesterday I started working on it where I had her stapler for like days now and I hadn't started doing anything. But now I'm stapling it alongside the stairs. So that way, like it doesn't just slide down the stairs and it's easy to like kick up and, trip over and all that kind of stuff. And I have like a pack of CDs at the top of the stair that was sitting on top of the Ethernet cable to hold it in place. Like it was so ghetto, but I just kind of was like, it was just more like a short-term solution, but it ended up lasting for years. So I'm like, you know what? I need to do something about this. This just got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I need to start cleaning up some stuff in my life that I just kind of I just know it exists, and I feel like there's so much stuff that I just kind of kicked down the road, and now it's all coming back on me and just creating like so much stress because, I just procrastinate so much, and then you just have like a bunch of stuff that just builds up. Nothing ever gets done, and then it's just like, fuck, dude, like I got all this shit I need to do. So plus it's something easy enough to do, right? I don't need to pay anyone to do it. I can do it myself. And so I'm just like, why haven't I done this by now? So it's really nice. It goes up the stairs and follows the lining of the stairs, so it's not obvious. I took a picture of it and showed my mom when I went over her house yesterday. And I'm like, hey, look. And she's like, what, you vacuumed your stairs? I'm like, wow. I'm like, no, don't you see the cord that's over there on the side? She's like, oh yeah, no, I didn't. She's like, you really have to like focus in on it to know that it's there. Like you'd have to know that it was there to begin with, or me to tell you for you to really like even think to look to see a cord there. So it's because the cord's gray, the carpet's like a beige. I forget what color it is. It's like a sand color or something, or desert something or another. Um, so it blends well together. It's like earth tones more or less. So I got it up to I got it all the way up the stairs. You got to go on a 9-hour drive. Where are you going for 9 hours? 9 hours is a bit to drive. The garden's coming up nice. I still need to finish weeding my garden. I spent like all those hours I spent outside streaming and weeding. I got about like half the garden done. Maybe slightly more than half, but there's still what's up, buddy? How's it going, dude? There's still so much left. There's still so much weeding to do. I got done with like about let's say about like 60% of the zucchini area. So I got the other 40% left, and then the broccoli, and then Lauren helped around the carrots, but we still need to do around the lettuce and the rest of the carrots. I mean, yeah, there's still so much to do and like not enough time, because like you have to have time for yourself to relax. And some of that stuff, while it is relaxing, like when you don't feel like you get to do something you want to do, I don't know. It just kind of feels like, oh God, like where'd all the time go? I gotta finish weeding in the front of the house. So I want to buy like retaining wall blocks or something like that to put around the flower bed in the front to make it look to have curb appeal, to add curb appeal to my house. So that I get people to stop messaging me asking me if I want to sell my house for cash, because apparently it must look so shitty from the front that people were like, well, obviously he's not taking care of it, so maybe he'll just be willing to part with it. Like, I don't know. But Melinda gets people texting her asking her if they can buy her house, and she does a lot better job, I feel like, than me, like trying to take care of the aesthetics. So, but yeah, so like there's just I don't know, there's just so much stuff to do. Like, and that's the thing. That's what I do. I spend like all my weekend time. Like during the week is different, but like my weekend time, usually a lot of it just goes to all these different, all these different projects I need to take care of. And then yesterday was upsetting because I was working on the stapling of the Ethernet cable project, and then so my brother and I, we'd already had these plans of like we were gonna go to the firework place, and he's like, oh, well, I went to mom's because she had some issue with her shower. Like, I think she had a leak or something. So then he was trying to help her out, which, that's fine. So I said, okay, well, just let me know when you're close to done. And that way I'll just come that way and then we'll just go. So then he texted me at some point and was like, okay, yeah, I'm like, we're good. And I said, are you sure? But should I come now or do you want me to wait? And he was like, no, yeah, come now. Because he said, oh, we're going to Home Depot. And so that should have been like the trigger for me to say, like, wait, what? He said, we're going to Home Depot. So I figured it was like just to get like some finishing stuff, like just something basic. Well, I drive to my mom's house, and when I get there, they're still working on this thing. And he's just like, oh, we got a little bit more to do. We got to do this, and this. And I'm just like, why did you even call me over if you're not done? So I was there for like 2.5 or 3 hours just doing nothing, basically, waiting for him to finish. And so my original plan was that Lauren got done with work yesterday at 3. I was supposed to be meeting up with her after work. Like, she was supposed to be coming over here, and then, we were just going to have our time. And, I had to tell her, well, I don't know. I was still at my mom's house at like 3 o'clock or whatever. Like, I was still there. And I'm like, well, I'm waiting for him to finish, and I don't know when that's going to be yet. So, like, everything was up in the air. And I'm just like, dude. And I honestly, I semi felt a little disrespected because, I was like, look, I could be home, like, working on my project that I was working on. And then I kind of got like, at first it was like, well, what would you even be doing anyway? And I'm just like, not just sitting here doing nothing. Like, I could be doing something. And it was just like, almost like, oh, well, you wouldn't have been doing anything any different. It's like, what the fuck do you know? Like, you don't know what the hell I was doing. So I was upset because then that was 3 hours of time I had from stuff I could have done. Um, but then we went. Like I said, I didn't really get that much at that Phantom place. I was so upset by that too because I'm just like, damn, there's nothing here I really want. Even though they had the discounts and stuff, and so I was upset by that. And then like him and I we got into some debate on the way home. I'm not even gonna go into that because that's not something extreme worthy. That's a little bit more personal. I couldn't even if I couldn't even talk about it here because I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to embarrass my brother that way. So it wasn't a good conversation. So I was upset by that. Then I came back and then I just ended up picking up Lauren at like it was like 6 o'clock or something. No, 7. That's right. I said meet me here at like quarter after 7. So I drove home. She got here like 15 minutes early, which was fine because I just happened to be home by 7. And then I was like, hey, you know what? You want to go to the other fireworks place with me? She said, yeah. So then we went there. By the time we got back, it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock or something. And um, and so then we ended up going to Denny's. And that's, for anyone who looked in Discord, we ended up going to Denny's and that's where I put, then Denny's was a fucking nightmare because all that bullshit about like them not being clean and stuff. I'm telling you, man, that counter, like, Trey made the comment about me being a Karen. Look, I don't, it takes a lot for me to complain about stuff. Like, I try to be reasonable and like, okay, they had a sign up saying, oh, pardon us, we're short staffed because of COVID or whatever. And then they have like next to it, like they're looking for people. So it's just like, I'm sure they had to lay people off, just like every other like restaurant. They had to lay people off because they didn't need all the workforce for like the nobodies that were showing up because of COVID. I get it, but when you walk in and like your first impression, like first off, like the place looked way different. Like they took out all their TVs. I don't even know why. Like they took out all their TVs in that place, and I'm just like thinking like, okay, like that's weird. And then I don't know, it just looked different. So that part looked different. Okay, whatever, you got to get past that. It's just different. But like I was kind of like, wow, that's weird. Why would you take out your TVs? Because it was kind of nice to have like news on or something like that. Conversation starters. Um, but then we look over to the left when you come in the door, and like there was like there's this high chair there, and there was like tons of like a bunch of French fries on the floor. And I don't mean like, oh, there was just like two. I mean there was like 30 French fries on the floor. Something like some kid was there just like throwing food off the plate or something, and like there were dishes all over the table. It looked as though someone had just left. But like when we came in, there was like no cars there, and no one had just left when we pulled in. Like there was no one there, and so there was that table that was dirty. The floor was all dirty. Then there was two other tables in that side of in that section that just had a bunch of shit all over them. I'm just like, dude, like did a bunch of people just all of a sudden just get up and leave or something? Like that's what it looked like. A bunch of big groups had just came there, ate, and then left or something. So then this other girl comes up to us, and we see the other side, which was like immaculate, and the girl was over there cleaning stuff up, and she's like, "Oh, hey, I'll seat you. Like, you're someone else supposed to seat you, whatever." But like, so she seated us, and she was just like, "Oh, like my section is clean." She's like, "I apologize. Like the table might be a little wet still because I just got done cleaning it." So then she came over with the menu, was like fanning off the table to dry it. Like the girl was nice. Like nothing was wrong with most of the people that were there. It wasn't the people that were a problem. It was just like, that lady was nice, and then the waitress was nice. It was just like the cleanliness of the place though was disgusting. Like the fact that you even think about the fact that like if that's how you clean up your dining area or don't clean up your dining area, like what does your kitchen look like? How are your employees even washing their hands? Like, yeah, I don't know. It was disgusting. And so I kept looking at it when we were there because I was sitting in a seat where I could like just lean out and see what the other area looked like. No one else showed up in the time we were there really. And it took to about like halfway through us eating that someone finally cleaned up that other section. And even the lady who seated us, she literally was just like, yeah, my side's clean, so I'm just taking care of my side. She's like, that side, she's like, I don't even know what that is. Like, I mean, she was even like, kind of like, seemed like she was like upset by how bad the other side was. You went to a Waffle, if you're going to Waffle House thinking of it's a five-star restaurant you're in for a shock. What the heck? No. I mean, that was Denny's though. But no, you're not. But that's not my, of course you don't have that expectation, but you should, I think it's a reasonable expectation to have that thing should be clean. Like, especially because, like I said, no one had just like walked out the door before us where all three of those tables were just now vacated, right? It was like they were vacant for a little while and no one had got around to cleaning them up. And they had two people there. So they had one lady was taking care of one side, it looked like, and then this other lady was taking care of the other side. So you went to a Waffle House or something like that, and it was that dirty. I'm just walking. Oh yeah, or like Denny's, IHOP. They just not grease on the food. Yeah, I don't. I mean, the only thing I ever get at Denny's really is their Nacho Supreme or whatever the hell it's called. Their zesty nachos. That is the only thing I get at Denny's, man. It is so fucking good. It's so just bad for you, but it's an appetizer. It costs like $8, and the thing's massive. Like, you can't go wrong. Like, it's got a little bit of a kick to it, but not like extremely spicy. It's got nachos, sour cream, their taco meat. But yeah, either way. So then, so there was that. But the waitress was super nice. She took care of us. She almost, it was almost to the extent like, and again, like I'm not complaining about it, but I'm just kind of like talking out loud about it. Have you ever been to a place where like the waiter or waitress keeps coming by and asking how things are, but like maybe like, okay, now you're coming too often. Like literally I just took like 2 bites and you're back over here asking like, hey, is everything okay? Is everything okay? You have waitresses that like they want to be sure that everything's good, but like it's almost like they're so anxious to know that they overstay their welcome and just asking if things are okay. There's kind of like a skill to that, right? Like you come back here and there, like, hey, how's everything tasting? Do you need anything else? Do you need more water? Do you need more coffee? Yeah, I mean, you just have some that are just like there all the time. So ours was kind of getting like that, but then it was just like, you know what? Given the state of everything else that was going on there, I'm like, I'd rather have that than like have the waitress that just didn't show up at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'd rather just have her just keep coming back and checking because at least it shows that she cares and she cared about her job. So she was doing her job, which is great. So I had no complaints about what she did or what she was doing. It was perfectly fine. But then we go to check out, and that's where I was just like, dude, I was standing at that counter. And I don't know if most Denny's are like this, but like this Denny's, like they don't do the thing where like you just hand them it's like Bob Evans, right? Bob Evans, you go and you cash out at a stand or whatever. They have an actual cashier station and all that stuff. I mean, Denny's is the same way, at least by me. But you go to this counter, the countertop is like black. I mean, black in the sense that it's like a black marble or something like that. So on a black surface, you can see everything. This countertop looked like someone like sat like put like they cooked greasy food on there and stuff, and there was handprints and fingerprints, and it was on the top and on the bottom. It was like the most disgusting thing I have ever seen. Like no one had bothered to wipe that down for like weeks. That's what it looked like. Like literally no one even paid attention to it. And like I was gonna set my food down. I'm just like, I'm not even putting my food down here. And when I had a sign or like to, punch in my PIN number and stuff, I was trying my best. I'm like, I'm not gonna touch this surface. It was that disgusting. It was just so gross. And that's why I said, like, I am not one to complain, but that was just nasty. And someone could have just, all it would take is a couple sprays of a bottle and someone would wipe that shit down. It would have been clean. But like it looks like no one even gave a shit that was even that disgusting, or they're not paying attention to it. Which, that's fine, I guess. But does a manager work there? Like, who the fuck is there? Like, there's got to be someone who like gives a shit about the way that place looks. But clearly no one did. I mean, except for the one girl. The one girl was like the only one who was just like, again, but. Lauren and I got in a discussion about it because I said, imagine if she's made this statement, if the owner came in, for example, Would you talk to the owner that way? Well, my side's clean. I don't know what the hell that is over there. No, the owner would be like, well, why don't you go take care of that other side too? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people, generally speaking, as long as you're doing your part, then yes, in theory, you should be safe. But there's nothing wrong with going a little above and beyond, right? Like, and I get they have like assigned areas and stuff like that, probably whatever. But it's just like, but are you? Clearly, it was bugging her enough to even make the statement, and she knew that it was like that, and that's what gave me the impression that it was like that for more than just like a few minutes or something. Like it had to have been like that for an extended period of time. Because we even looked at it. That's why the lady was just like, "Yeah, just come to the clean side." Ugh. But yeah, and look, I've been to that Denny's before, and it has never been that bad. Like I was like, "Wow, this place really just like went down the fucking toilet," because it looked like a completely different presence indoors, just completely different, and just like I said, gross and disgusting, and just it looked like I was in a Denny's in the hood. Like, I mean, that's basically what it looked like. Like I was in a bad neighborhood, and that's what I would expect a Denny's to look like there, but not like down the street from where I live, because this isn't fucking Cleveland Heights. This isn't East Cleveland or anything like that where you have gangsters going in there or like drug dealers and shit. This is like, you know, where you have like blue collar people, you know, going into these places, and the thing looks like a fucking dump. Like it just, mm-mm. I was not expecting that. So I mean, again, I don't expect like, you know, this grand experience at a Denny's, but I don't expect that either. So I mean, again, it was I post. So what I did is I edited my Google review. I didn't change the stars because my Google review was from back when my mom and I went to Denny's just to kind of change it up from Bob Evans the one time, and we never went back. We never went back to Denny's. And it just started pouring here actually, not too, just like a few minutes ago, which is good because my garden's getting watered, the ants on the stairs are being washed off, and all the freaking bad stuff that's on there, all the poison or whatever that killed them. Um, but yeah, so my mom and I never went back, but I edited my review on Google Review and just put like my recent experience on there. That's what I used to do at Bob Evans. Anytime I have like a good experience or a great experience or a really bad experience, I update my Google review to reflect that, because some cases like the people who own those restaurants actually do go in and look at that stuff for feedback. So because you will have people that reach out to you. But like for Bob Evans, when I used to have the bad experience with like the one waitress, it got to the point where I just went through their website directly and messaged them a complaint. And no, it wasn't that kind. No, I don't think it was that kind of thing. I don't know. No, I don't think it was that kind of thing. Anyways, we'll talk about that because there was a point that came to my mind last night, um, related to which I think we finally agreed to agree on the same thing, but you know, I may just be making that up in my mind. Um, but yeah, I always update my Google reviews. But like for Bob Evans, I went directly to their website, and that way you can choose like which location and all that kind of stuff. And like in theory, it's sending it to someone who actually cares, someone who's actually going to look at that and be able to say, "Oh God," you know. And so when I did that for Bob Evans, like they called me. They called me. I had a chance to talk to the person who like owned that restaurant or whatever, or operated that restaurant, like their operations manager, and like explained the situation to them. They gave me like $20, a $20 gift card, to Bob Evans, and like they said they addressed the problem and all that kind of stuff. And we noticed a change. Like, and that's the thing. I mean, you know, I know people like they kind of have this thing about like being the whole being a Karen thing. That's honestly that kind of annoys me a little bit, because honestly I feel like the people who also do that are people who get upset that people get pigeonholed, but then they're the same people that call people Karens, which I'm like, aren't you're doing the same thing? Like you're classifying because a certain people act a certain way, then like you're kind of classifying them a certain way. I don't know, like it's just weird. Anyways, so I figured I would just go to Denny's website and put something in there. So hopefully they do something about it. I mean, I hope they do. I mean, and again, like that's good. That's feedback that you want to hear from people because if no one ever complains about how bad something is, then you'll never know. And so that's the only way that they actually know. And so like it's not wrong to complain about bad service. I get like it's one thing to be like kind of nitpicky like, "Oh, they didn't give me like I had to ask for sugar or I had to ask for creamer or just little stuff like that. Like that's I'm not, I wouldn't complain about stuff like that. I'm not gonna sit here and file some report against someone because they didn't like they didn't give me like a spoon with my silverware or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you just asked for that. Um, but again, if a restaurant, if you go to a restaurant where the expectation is that it's clean and kept up and stuff like that, that is something definitely worthy to complain about, in my opinion. It's just that's just gross. And so honestly, by the management knowing about that, they can address the situation and then make the experience better for the next time that person shows up, or for other people that showed up and saw the same thing and were grossed out by it and just aren't the type of people to say anything. So as you get older, it just becomes easier to complain about stuff because honestly, it's not like you're complaining. It's just like you're more like informing them, like, hey, I just want you to know this, like because it bothered me enough to like even say something. So I'm just trying to let you know that this exists. So it's not really as much complaining as it is just making them aware. And if no one ever made anyone aware of anything, then nothing would ever get fixed. And then you would just be like everyone would always have the same shitty service or the same shitty experience every time. So someone's got to complain, someone's got to say something. Anyways, so when I saw, okay, so I watched that spot in the game. I watched the spot in the game last night where the Bucks had it with that 2 point lead, and then whatever happened where they went out of bounds. Like first off, they should have never. Okay, they had a full shot clock driving down, and then who was that? That Holiday guy or whatever. I don't know. First off, I don't know what the fuck that guy was thinking. Like, obviously he must think he's sweet shit, but like. My personal thought is that coach that was a coaching blunder. That last possession was a coaching blunder because you had a 24-second clock after like Brooklyn had scored last. You had a 2 point lead. You had 24 seconds. There was like 40 seconds left in the game. So I mean, all you had to do was like bleed that clock down. And they kind of did, but then you gave it to like the shortest guy. You didn't really pass the ball at all, and you were thinking that you were gonna get this guy in an isolation play against like Blake Griffin or whatever, and he was gonna be able to take it over him. Well, like I mean, obviously you have to know that these guys are not gonna just let you drive in on them to get an easy two. So you got to be thinking like, okay, we need someone who can hit like a mid-range jumper shot or something like that. No, it wasn't Kate. No, it wasn't KD. It was Blake Griffin. Remember, because Blake Griffin was because the guy got. They didn't call a foul, but like Blake Griffin made the gesture like, "Oh, the ball hit his knee before it went out." So they had ruled that it was the Bucks' ball, but then like Brooklyn was contending that the ball bounced off his knee, then it went out. So that's the play I'm talking about. So that was before that was at the 2.1 seconds left on the shot clock. Like, what were you doing for the other 22 seconds? Like, and that's why I said, like, I felt like one person had the ball and then Holiday had the ball and then he just kept it for the other 20 seconds. And it's like, why? Like, what are you doing? Like, you pass it around, like, do something. Like, that was like, dude, you're not LeBron, you're not Steph Curry, you're not KD, you're no one special that's gonna most likely make a good shot. But like to try to take it to the rim, like that just seemed like a bad idea. You're looking for someone who can hit a mid-range jumper or something. They're not gonna let you in the paint like that easily with that little time left. So I felt like that whole play was just horrific. And then you had the 2.1. That play was even worse. But it's like the guy. I don't know. Like I don't know Lopez that well. But I feel like that's not the guy who you want to have the ball in that situation. Like, why would you even inbound it to that guy? That just seemed like no. Like, or at least if you're him, then you have to take the shot. Like, obviously you have to know there has to be a mental note there that, God, we don't got that much time. And you know that's something you had to cover in the timeout that they just took. Like the coach presumably is saying 2.1 seconds. As soon as you get that fucking ball, you better just put it up because you don't got that much time. Like someone had to be saying that, and he didn't even make an attempt to shoot. And then they were talking about like, oh, the defense was so good or whatever. I'm like thinking, no, that was just a shitty play call. Like, what the hell were they even doing? Like, I don't even get inbounding it to that guy. They needed to find Giannis or someone else. Like, shit. So that whole thing, they had all the business in the world to lose that game, or all the reason in the world to lose that game after just those two possessions, if you will, were just horrific. And the fact that they let, I mean, I get you're not going to try to foul them, so you're going to let them try to take a shot at the end. But they had no business being in that situation where they were only up by 2. They should have been up by 4. They should have tried for something different. On that when they had the full 24 seconds left to try to score 2 points. It just, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. So I feel, to me, that's like coaching. But the point I was going to make, that whole game kind of reminded me of something. So I was actually rewatching the end of because the alert popped up the other day about the Cavs. It was like, oh, back, this time in 2016 was when the Cavs won the NBA championship, all that kind of stuff. And I went back and watched like the last 5 minutes of that game or something. And then, we always have this debate about like, oh, who, Kyrie Irving won it or LeBron won it or whatever. And I felt like the last time we had this kind of debate about it, I felt like we came to an agreement that my point was just that LeBron's defense is what allowed Cleveland to stay in that game, and that Kyrie would have never been able to do the things that LeBron did, like, blocking Curry and blocking Draymond Green or whoever that was, like, or Iguodala, whichever one it was that tried to do the layup at the end where he smacked it against the backboard. Like, Kyrie Irving, he could never do that. Never. Like, he just does not play. He cannot play defense like that. It's just not possible. And he's not tall enough. He's not big enough. He's not strong enough. I felt like we agreed that, okay, like, for that reason, I felt like alone that LeBron was like, he was the key to them having any chance in winning that game, especially Game 7. So even though, like, everyone talks about, yeah, Kyrie, the shot, I get it. It was important. It was relevant. It helped. I've never tried to undermine his importance to the team. He should have never left. I never wanted him to leave. I never undermined his importance to the team, but all I was saying is that I felt like LeBron's performances were much better and more, he was a more well-rounded athlete. Like, he can play defense and offense, where Kyrie is more just like, yeah, I can put up some nice shots and maybe play a little defense, but he cannot compare to LeBron when it comes to being the more well-rounded athlete. But so Kyrie Irving had his J.R. Smith moment back in that game. No one talks about this. And this was another point I wanted to bring up specifically, because in that last 5 minutes, there was a point where Golden State they missed another shot because it was back when everything was going back and forth. And I believe it was before Kyrie hit that 3. It was all the stuff that happened before Kyrie hit that 3. Kyrie had the ball. No, actually, I take that back. They were up by 3 at that point. And the Cavs they just got the ball back. There was like they had a full 24-second clock. And Kyrie Irving gets the ball, and he just races down the court as fast as humanly possible, in theory trying to catch them off guard, to try to take it to the paint and get a layup. And he ends up getting, like, stuffed or some shit. Like, he missed it, and he got fortunate enough that, like, the ball, like, stayed in bounds, and he was able to come back in and, like, pass it back to someone. But, like, they were even like, dude, what is Kyrie doing? That dude, like, dude, he almost cost you the game. Like, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, that is just like almost could have been the biggest blunder of his entire career. And it was because he was trying to make something out of something that wasn't there. All you had to do was hold the ball and like hold possession, but like he just went like full retard like J.R. Smith. And it's just like, dude, what are you doing? So I mean, again, that's another reason why. Look, that dude almost cost you the game single-handedly. So like the three was good, but like you can't do stuff like that. You can't make mental errors like that. So he was still maturing at that point. And so again, that was another piece of the puzzle, another point I wanted to lay on top of the other point that LeBron would never do something like that. He didn't do anything like that in those games. I mean, it's just Kyrie was, again, he was important, he was relevant, he was needed. No question. No question about that. No question at all. Yeah, I wish he never would have left, but you know what? He went crazy, and so like that's on him. And now he's not gonna. Maybe he'll never win a championship by himself. Now he had his big three in Brooklyn. He got hurt. Sorry, dude. Like you're old now. Like, and honestly, like that's why I didn't want Brooklyn to win because it's like you know what, you're out. Like that's another dig at that fucking guy for just like I get like wanting to go off and try to do your own thing, but not be like, well, Cleveland didn't want me or whatever, all this bullshit he was talking after the fact. It's just like, dude, no one ever said that. Like you were just upset that LeBron had the spotlight, and you guys could have went back and did it again if you wanted, but instead you were just like being dumb. So I don't know. So yeah, that actually all that crap last night kind of reminded me of that because I felt like some people were trying to they were rushing to take the ball to the paint in the paint. They were trying to get quick layups or quick points and stuff, and I felt like some of them were just bad, and it reminded me of the Kyrie Irving play, and I'm just like, oh God, like why like slow it down, man, slow it down. What do you want, dog? Do you hear that? I can't stand the rain against my window. I can't stand the rain. Oh, you can't see Peyton. She's standing up. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, be careful. So, yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I don't I didn't have anything else to talk about really today. I like this shirt, though. This shirt's so nice. Oh, you know what? I do have something actually. So I finally ended up getting my hoodies from China. From China. I ended up getting my hoodies from China finally. It took 2 months for me to get these fucking things, but I finally got them. And they're actually pretty freaking sick, dude. They are nice. They are very nice. So, here, let me put this down some so it's just easier to showcase these things a bit. So these were all the Blue Jackets ones. So this is the first one. Oh shit. Drop this on the floor. So this is the first one. I mean, I got the name, the spelling is right and everything, so yeah, it's got the logo and everything on there, then like even on the sides. And then on the back, it's got the big logo again, or insignia. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I like this. I just like the style of it. It's sick. Just like you never see this kind of shit coming from the NHL. Then the second one, they're very lightweight too. It's basically a similar material to this. Check that out. That is sick as well. I like the stripes in it. Kind of gives it some flavor, and then you got like the decal on the arm as usual, and then the back. No logo on the back, which that's fine because I feel like they're kind of excessive with the logo, but then they also have like Blue Jackets on the arm, so that's pretty nice as well. So I mean the other one, so the other arm is red on this one. And it's got Blue Jackets on there, Columbus Blue Jackets. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, so many logos. Yeah, they do get pretty excessive with the logos. And then this one, this was one of my favorite ones actually, the zip up one. Check this shit out. Now this one actually seems kind of small, but this one was kind of it's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like this one a lot. But it is small though. That's the thing is like I don't think it's really meant to be zipped. Like it's just for some reason it says a medium, but like the medium feel is like a small because I'm like packed in here like snuggled in this mofo. But yeah, this thing is nice. It's black and white, and it's a zip one. But I like it's kind of hard to get the front situated completely here because it's zip. But that's like the one side. It's pretty. I like that. It's pretty sick. And then like obviously I have Cumulus Blue Jackets on the side with the logo. But then the other arm is black with the name and the logo, of course. And then you have the back, which is the back is pretty nice. Oh, see, I like that. There's no logo on the back, but that's fine. Like it, they get crazy with the logo, so it's nice to just have something a little bit different on the back. So those are the three that I got from China. And no, that wasn't. That was from some like random like Chinese website or something. But they have all NHL teams. They have Browns related ones. I even saw they actually have they even have like mystery boxes. But I feel like they tell you what's in the mystery box, so it's not much of a mystery. I think the mystery box is just supposed to be like, hey, it's a box that you buy to give to someone, and so all it is to them is a mystery because they don't know what's inside of it, but you do. So it's not just like a random goodie box like you would see like, oh, I bought this palette from Amazon or something, and I don't know what's on it, kind of like that kind of stuff. That's what I was thinking when they meant mystery box, but then they tell you, oh, well, if you get a mystery box with like 6 things in it, then you get like a t-shirt and then other stuff to go with it. But then if you get like the 10-piece one, then you get a hoodie and a t-shirt or something, or a hoodie instead of a t-shirt, and then like these other things that go with it. So, but they have brown shirts on there that look pretty sick that I was thinking about getting. So, and I have some other ideas about some stuff I want to get on there too, but yeah, it took a long time. It took a long time to finally get my stuff. I was just so happy to finally get it. So, very exciting. Very exciting. And it's still raining out. Peyton, you can't go out because it's raining now. Like literally you waited for it to start raining outside to just be like, hey, can I go out? Yeah, I can put it in Discord. I'll put the link in Discord for you guys, for anyone who's interested. I mean, the hoodies were like $40. They weren't cheap. I mean, but I guess hoodies never really are. I don't know. Like, and then I think I got like a discount on the shipping because I spent like $120 on 3 hoodies. What time is it? Oh, it's 3? Wow. Oh, it's 3:30. Jesus. It's late. Forgot how late it is, but it's not time to go outside yet. Chicken pot pie? Chicken pot pie? You want chicken pot pie? She's jumping up and down. It's like, because it sounds like sort of outside. I say chicken pot pie, and she's just like, all right. Anyways. The rain, hopefully the rain washed off all the dead ants and all that stuff on the stairs, because I didn't want you to step on that, because I want you to get that on your paws, because then if it gets on your paws and you lick your paws, then you could get poisoned. You know what I'm saying, homie? I'm trying not to get you dead, Trying not to get you dead. Daddy's looking out for you. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to go now. I'm going to eat. I have some leftover nachos from last night. They're probably going to taste like shit, but I'm going to put them in the oven and try to make the best of what I had left. So it's been real. Glad I got to come out here and show you guys my fireworks, and I got to actually get all these packed up now and organized and back on the. I mean, they're shitty after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, because nachos, like, then they get soaked with the grease and all that stuff, and then they're soggy, and that's disgusting to me. Like soggy nachos, like that's just gross. So, I don't like nachos after the fact. It's very difficult for me to eat those just because they're all soggy and shit. So hopefully by putting them in the oven, maybe they'll get a little bit crispy or something. So we'll see. But yeah, I need to finish. I need to finish doing some stuff upstairs today for the stapling of the Ethernet cable. And then oh yeah, I got so fireworks, Ethernet cable, and then there was something else I felt like I wanted to do today. I don't know. That may just be it. Oh, I think I wanted to wash some clothes or some sheets or something like that. So Saturday we're going to a wedding with Lauren. So like her cousin's getting married or something. Yeah, it's her cousin's wedding. So we're gonna go there on Saturday. Actually, it's gonna be we're staying at a hotel, so we're gonna be staying at a hotel Friday and Saturday. I actually have to ask Melinda if she could take Peyton out for. I still haven't asked her yet. I'm pretty sure she'll say yes, but I need to ask her because we're gonna be staying at the hotel Friday night to Saturday, and then Saturday to Sunday. So I'm not even gonna be home. Um, I mean, technically, I could just drive home, but like it's kind of like a mini vacation. You'll be at Marcus's. Well, that's cool. It'll be kind of like a mini vacation, sort of like a 3 day weekend, or not 3 day weekend, but like a just a nice little mini thing, just where I'm not like necessarily at home. So, um, I'll just fill up 2 cat bowls of food or something. That way the cats have plenty to eat, and with the self cleaning litter box, I don't need anyone to scoop litter or scoop poop or anything like that. So that's nice. So yeah, should be good. Oh man, so much to do. So much to do. So, all right, guys, it's been real. Um, well, I ended up putting the other litter box back out because Chester was still peeing other places, and I was just like, dude, you have no excuse now. So it's just like that's why I'm like, is it really the litter box, or is it just because like he's got some problem going on? That's usually what cats do when they've got issues. They just start peeing everywhere. So like I've seen him, he definitely goes in the litter box, but then I also seen him pee. I seen him pee behind the litter box too, and I'm like, why? Like the fucking litter box is right there, and he literally went behind it to go pee on the wall. And I'm just like, dude, like what the effing f? Like I don't know what his problem is. It's really frustrating. So then I ended up putting one of the other litter boxes out, so that way like in an area where he was peeing, so I try to get that all cleaned up and then get the litter box put back over there. But then that way like instead of him like peeing on the wall or something, like hey, like there's a litter box right here. How about I just use that? You know, it's kind of like, dude, like it's right fucking there. Use it. So I have a litter box in the office and a litter box like in the hallway, so that way, hopefully that'll help limit him doing what he's been doing. So, but I mean, they use the litter box. I mean, I get all the notifications and stuff, and so like they're definitely using it, which is good. Maxwell uses it. He was like terrified of it at first, but like he uses it, so so yeah. Yeah, so at least I'm getting my money's worth for sure. So, and it's nice to not have to worry about scooping the thing every fucking day, you know? It's just great. So, all right, well, yeah, I'm gonna get going so I can finish doing all this stuff today. Yeah, you two have a good day. What's left of it. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Payne, say bye. Say bye. Bye, Doodle. Payne, Doodle. Say bye-bye, Doodles.